Hello, my name is Alex Teran, and today I'll be talking about gun control and violence in Texas. Context of gun violence in Texas. The biggest issue in Texas is definitely gun control. Majority of people who have access to these weapons don't use them with the proper precautions and oftentimes use them irresponsibly. This behavior leads to violence and chaos among Texas. There have been numerous cases and reports of mass shootings in different locations all across the state. Data from 2023 has a report of 4,561 gun deaths due to homicides, suicides, young people category, and others. Alrighty, for the first question, it's why is it the most important issue for Texas? Now, this is the most important issue in all of Texas due to the numerous deaths that this gun violence causes. Gun violence is the most prevalent issue in Texas for several different reasons. For starters, overall gun death rate increased by 39% from 2014 to 2023, indicating that gun violence precautions loosened up over the years and increased violence. Another fact is that firearms were the leading cause of death among young people ages 1 to 17 in 2023. Why would we not want to enforce stricter laws among our state in order to minimize the many and brutal deaths of innocent people? Famously known, the Uvalde school shooting happened in Texas, and it was the most deadliest school shooting in Texas history. This happened because loosened restrictions on guns, and there was a fail with the security that has to rescue the students and teachers who were in danger. This leads me to my main challenges. For starters, number one, rising gun deaths. The main challenge surrounding gun violence is obviously death counts among the state. Many people fall victim to firearms due to the irresponsible and evil people who buy them. Secondly, enforcement challenges. Another big problem is that there isn't strict enough regulations for firearms in Texas. People who own firearm shops will sell it to almost anybody because there is no strict license restrictions for people who can own guns. This leads me to my other point, licensing for firearms. In Texas, you don't need a license to own a gun. A license is not required for public carry under certain conditions, and you can purchase a long gun at the age of 18. Alright, thirdly, what might be a criticism of your solution and how would you respond to such solution? For response to criticism, a criticism of my solution is that many may think that it could be an uprise towards the government and be offensive to people who support guns. But in response, it is important to let people know that they can stand for their rights and fight for what's right. Lastly, what information would it take to make you change your opinion? In order to change my opinion on this matter, I would need statistics that proves having no license regulations on guns is more beneficial for society rather than it is bad. And additionally, we need a good argument on why guns are to be more protected than victims of the United States. Here is an additional chart on gun violence in Texas. Here you can see the numeral deaths, people who are affected by homicide, suicide rates, all of this indicating that guns just bring more violence to people and that it should be stopped and dealt with. Lastly, these are my references. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope that I convinced you that gun violence is the worst problem in Texas right now. Thank you.